Have you ever found yourself getting worked up over something someone else did or said, feeling like your day was ruined because someone else's actions? Well, today we're diving deep into the real roots of anger and how we can keep our peace no matter what comes our way. I'm Roach, Mark Roach. Welcome to Transcendent, my YouTube channel about a perspective formed from a journey around the world, crossing through life. Across a wide spectrum of human experience from high to low, as most people in American society define them. This channel is all about inspiring common people to find their power. Let's start with an idea that might seem a little hard to swallow at first. The belief that our anger is triggered by others is actually a bit of a myth. We often think if only they hadn't done that, then I wouldn't feel this way. But this perspective puts the control outside of ourselves. Anger isn't sparked by the actions of others. It's more likely they're flickering a lighter near dry grass. If there's no dry grass inside you, the spark won't catch. But if you've got unresolved issues, expectations, or emotional baggage, that's the dry grass waiting to ignite. So what does this mean for us? It means when we get angry, it's not just about what happened, it's about how what happened interacts with our inner world. The first step to managing anger isn't changing the world or the people in it, it's about understanding ourselves. Why do some people remain calm in situations that make others furious? It's because each of us hears the world through our own lens, colored by our past, our insecurities, our personal stories. Now consider your expectations. They're often not chosen by you, but absorbed from your culture, your upbringing, your past experiences. These expectations act like scripts in our heads. And when reality doesn't match the script, we get upset. But here's the thing. The script isn't reality. The script isn't reality. It's just a story. What if you could let go of that script? Seeing situations as they are, not as they should be, this can transform your reaction to them. This introspection isn't about blaming yourself for feeling angry. I mean, emotions are natural. It's not about letting anger it's about not letting anger control you. When you feel that anger rising, pause and look inward. Ask, what expectation of mine was challenged here? Or why does this bother me so much? You might discover that your anger is less about the person who triggered it and more about an old wound or an unhealed insecurity. By focusing on self-understanding rather than trying to control others, which is really impossible anyway, you reclaim your power. You realize that peace doesn't require the world to change. It requires you to change how you perceive and respond to the world. It doesn't mean you become a doormat. It means you respond from strength, not from anger. When you grasp this, setting boundaries becomes about clarity, not explosion. You communicate your feelings without letting them control the narrative. There's a liberating freedom in knowing that while people might always act in ways you dislike, You don't have to let it disrupt your peace. Imagine moving through life with fewer irritations, conserving your energy for what truly matters, gaining clarity rather than being clouded by anger. That's the gift you can give yourself when you look inward for solutions rather than outward for causes. Anger isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you participate in. And when you understand this, you can step out of the game. You meet life with calm, understanding, and the quiet strength of someone who knows their peace. Their peace is about their own to keep. Now let's talk about control, or rather the illusion of it. Much of our frustration comes from trying to control things that we can't control, like how others behave. People are like rivers, flowing according to their own histories, beliefs, and emotions. Trying to control them is futile and tiring. When you accept this, not only do you save yourself from exhaustion, but you also find freedom. Acceptance doesn't mean endorsing bad behavior. It means understanding you can only control reactions, not others' actions. Detachment from needing or feeling like you're trying to control others allows you to save your energy for what's truly important. When someone hurts you, instead of dwelling on their action, you might see it as a reflection of their own struggles, not a personal attack. This perspective can shift your response from anger to understanding or even indifference, preserving your peace. Detachment is not about being uncaring. It's about being wise. It's about knowing your peace is too valuable to surrender to someone else's behavior, trusting life to flow as it should, even when it doesn't match your desires. That frees you from constant disappointment and anger. So the next time you're tempted to react, ask yourself, why am I trying to control what isn't mine to control? Let their actions be theirs and yours be yours. Peace isn't found in controlling the world, but in releasing the need to. Building emotional immunity is like strengthening your body's immune system. Exposure to life's challenges can make you more resilient, but only if you handle them constructively. Instead of reacting to negativity, imagine you're in a busy market where someone bumps into you and says something rude. You could let it ruin your day or choose to see their bad mood as their issue, not yours, and move on. The key to this immunity lies in the space between stimulus and response. When someone offends you, there's a moment before you react where you can choose. Strengthening this space starts with awareness. Notice your emotions, observe them, and ask if they're worth your peace. Most often, they're not. Remember, others' negativity usually isn't about you. It's about projection of their own pain. By not taking it personally, you avoid carrying their burdens. Emotional immunity is not about becoming emotionless. It's about responding with clarity, not reactivity. As you practice what you find, you'll find that once what bothered you becomes a lesson, an opportunity to grow stronger. The power to remain calm comes from not controlling others, but from mastering yourself. When someone acts out, remember you don't have to join their storm. Stay in your calm center, watching the storm pass by without affecting you. True strength is not in fighting battles that aren't worth it. So here's a summary of what we've discussed in this video. So here's a summary of what we discussed. So here's a summary of what we discussed. So here's a summary of what we discussed. True strength is not in fighting battles that aren't worth it. So here's a summary of what we discussed. Anger starts from within, not from external triggers. Understanding your internal dry grass to prevent fires from starting. Expectations often lead to anger. Reevaluate and adjust your personal scripts to align more with reality. Control is an illusion when it comes to others. Focus on controlling your reactions, not others' actions. Detachment from others' behaviors helps maintain your peace. It's about caring without being controlled by outcomes. Emotional immunity involves observing your reactions without absorbing negativity. Use the space between action and reaction wisely. Empathy can disarm anger. See others' actions as reflections of their struggles, not personal attacks. Breathing deeply is a simple yet effective way to return to calm, engaging your body's natural response to reduce stress. Responding with love, even in conflict, can break cycles of negativity and cultivate peace. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.